Hello. January was a monster of a boogeyman. I don't even know where to start. First, the kids were sick, and so we assumed they had COVID, and that's where I got it from. Turns out that wasn't the case. After I got COVID, my father-in-law got it, his brother got it, and then my daughter Sophia got it, and then all three boys tested negative. It was really strange. Then my oldest brother got a bone infection, had to have a toe amputated. Then my oldest son Nicholas decided that he was going to move back to Texas, and that all happened really quickly, like within 2 weeks. He was like, I want to move back to Texas, and then Saturday he flew back. It's really strange here without him. But he did. He went back, and so we wish him the best with his new chapter in his life down there. Then my 9-year-old Vinny had a sledding accident. So he was going down a hill on his sled. John was watching him, and I was focused on my 10-year-old who had just gotten a snowboard. Because in my head, my 10-year-old with the snowboard was going to be the one to get hurt. I was like, oh my God, he's going to break his neck or something. And then all of a sudden, John's whooping and hollering, and he's like, oh my God, did you see that? I'm like, did I see what? He's like, Vinny went past the, he cleared the guardrail. And I'm trying to process that through my head. I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So I look, and sure enough, my son is on the other side of a guardrail. So I guess what happened is he went down the hill, he went airborne, flew over the ditch at the bottom of the hill that's supposed to stop the sledders, flew over a walking path that's on the other side of the ditch, landed, went under the guardrail, smacked his head on the way. Oh my God. It was when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, that's not okay. And sure enough, he stood up and he started screaming, and then John realized that it wasn't as cool as it looked, and he started running over there, and we just, oh my gosh, I took him to the emergency room. They did a CT scan. He had a minor concussion, and they thought he was going to end up having cauliflower ear because he actually hit his ear, and so his ear looked terrible. And oh my God, it was just so terrible. But the swelling did go down. They gave him a pack of ice. He put it on there, and the swelling's gone down significantly, so it doesn't look like he's going to have cauliflower ear after all. And then another family member was admitted to the hospital for something serious. I was so glad when January was over, and then February 1st was the Lunar New Year, and I'm like, okay, so maybe this is the real New Year, and we're going to start getting a little bit better, but so far it hasn't seemed like it. We're supposed to be getting a pretty bad storm here also, like ice, like a 1/4 inch of ice where I'm at, and then just south of me it's supposed to be like a 1/2 inch of ice, and then immediately after the ice storm hits, we're supposed to get I think like 8 inches of snow. So this, and power outages, they're warning of power outages. This is, oh my goodness. Hopefully after that, February and the rest of the year start looking a little bit better. Anyways, because January was so crazy, this is going to be a bundle video. So you're going to have your Wednesday book deals, your end of January wrap up, February forecast, book haul, and music haul all in one. So first and foremost, I want to say hi to some people. Hi, Nicholas. I really miss you. It's so weird not having you here during the day. It really is. Actually, at all. Like, not having to take you to work is strange. Not having you in the room next to me while I'm working all day long is strange. Not trying to figure out what is for lunch for me and you is strange. Also, hi to my brother-in-law Junior, who's in the hospital. We're praying for you and wishing you well quickly. So for today's book deal, we have Valentine by Elizabeth Wetmore, which is on sale for $2.99. The rest of today's book deals will be listed below, like always. In January, I read 4 books. I read All Systems Red by Martha Wells, Let Her Out by Natalie Siston, Book of Night by Holly Black, and The Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart. I will link the reviews I did for all of those books below in the details as well. I honestly can't figure out whether I liked All Systems Red or Book of Night more, and so we're all just going to have to accept the fact that I love them both equally, just for different reasons. They were both amazing, stunning books, and so both of those are my favorite for January. I also got a lot of books in January. I had gotten an ARC a while back of Rabbits by Terry Miles, and I loved it so much that when I was reminded of it when I read Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart, I had to go back and I had to buy the hard copy of the book. So I did get that in right at the end of January. I'm really happy about it all. I love it, and eventually I'm going to reread it. It did make it to my list of favorite books. So I also got The Starless Crown. I already talked about this, by James Rollins, who is one of my all-time favorite authors, period. But I also got the Fight the Moon pin for pre-ordering it. So I was super excited to get that. I got the No Cern by Heather Carson. This was on a list that I ran across a while back for people who enjoyed House of Leaves by Mark Danielewski. And I did. I loved House of Leaves. I'm on that side of the fence. You have people who absolutely hate it, and then you have people who absolutely love it. I absolutely loved it. I got the Devouring Gray and Deck of Omens by Christine Lynn Herman. I picked these up when I took Nicholas to Half Price Books a couple days before he left. And we had fun that day. We went to Cakewalk also, which is an Indian restaurant over in Lewis Center. They are amazing. Their chicken tikka masala was just to die for. And then we went to Half Price Books and he picked up some stuff and I got those 2 books. The next day I took him to go get his first tattoo, and then the day after that he was gone. I also got the first 5 books in the 6 Stories series by Matt Wesolowski on ebook, along with Master of Poisons by Andrew Hairston, Wildwood Whispers by Willow Reese. Say that 5 times fast, not 10 times. That's torture. And they said they wanted Revolution by Netta Tali Samnani. For February, I'm still finishing The Fires of Heaven by Robert Jordan. I expected to have that done by the end of January. It just didn't happen. But I am on a timeline to finish The Boy with a Bird in His Chest by Emma Lund, as well as Girl in Ice by Erica Ferencik. Both of these were sent to me from the publisher, and they are expected to be released on the 11th, so I plan to have these both read by the 10th and the reviews out on the 10th as well. I'm also going to try to read Real Easy by Marie Rutkowski, which is also an ARC that I received. I want to read The Starless Crown by James Rollins and North to Paradise by Osman Umar. So you all know I'm a fan of Nightwish. I love Nightwish. I love everything Nightwish. I love all the incarnations of Nightwish. I love it with Tarja. I loved it with Annette. I especially love it with Floor Jansen. I love it. I love it. So I also love all of the side ventures that the members of the band do. So if you follow Floor Jansen on YouTube, she has a lot of content on there. She does things on Fridays, these little clips. They're fun to watch. She does remakes of classic songs. She does duets with various singers. She appears on different shows internationally. It's really fun to watch. Well, I did purchase Pyre of the Black Heart by Mark Hitala, who is also of Nightwish, and The Life and Times of Scrooge, written and produced by Thomas Halapainen. He's the composer for most of what Nightwish releases. When you're watching their videos, you'll see him on the keyboard. He's usually the one with the top hat. He's amazing. Everything he touches is gold. I absolutely love both of these CDs. So if you like Nightwish, definitely pick these up. They're fun. I guess that's all for today. Again, the rest of the ebook deals, as well as the links to the books that I read in January, their reviews will be below. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe below.